Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you've ever wondered about the signs you can't trust someone, you're in the right place. Today we're diving into the subtle yet revealing behaviors that could indicate broken trust. Whether it's a friend, a partner, or a colleague, knowing these red flags can save you from future heartache and disappointment. In this video, we'll explore how breached confidentiality and narcissistic tendencies can erode trust. We'll also discuss why an overly charming personality might be a red flag, why broken promises are serious trust breakers, and what it means when someone consistently turns their back on you. Stay tuned and learn how to spot these major red flags of broken trust, so you can navigate your relationships with more confidence and less doubt. Let's get started. Number 1, confidentiality is breached. Think back to a moment when someone you trusted with a secret ended up betraying that trust. It's a sinking feeling, isn't it? It is an instant realization that not everyone is worthy of the trust and confidence you placed in them. Unfortunately, there are individuals who never quite grasp the importance of confidentiality, even as they grow older. Their incapacity to maintain confidentiality serves as a clear indication of their lack of trustworthiness. Instead of protecting your private affairs, they're quick to share them without a second thought. When someone breaches the trust you've placed in them by revealing your secrets, it's a clear indicator that they lack integrity. Your personal information becomes a fair game, and those who are careless with it risk exposing your most private conversations to anyone who will listen. Sure, some might do it to flaunt their connections or boost their own status. But let's be real. True trust can never exist without respect for privacy and discretion. Broken trust leads to broken relationships, plain and simple. Number 2, they exhibit narcissistic tendencies. Individuals with narcissistic tendencies often crave the spotlight, consistently putting their own needs and desires above everyone else's. They frequently avoid taking responsibility for their actions, preferring instead to rationalize their behavior and shift blame to others. Understanding why such behavior leads to broken trust is straightforward. They simply cannot grasp other people's perspectives due to their excessive self-worth. Interacting with someone who exhibits narcissistic traits can be emotionally taxing and detrimental to your self-esteem. Their endless need for validation and failure to empathize can make you feel unappreciated and undervalued. It's important to recognize these red flags and take steps to protect your well-being by setting healthy boundaries and seeking support from those who genuinely care about your happiness and fulfillment. Remember, you deserve to be surrounded by people who uplift and value you for who you truly are, not those who use you to fulfill their selfish desires. Number 3, they are remarkably charming. It's natural to feel drawn to someone who seems friendly and open, but distinguishing between genuine trustworthiness and those who are merely adept at pretending can be challenging. While they may initially come across as charming, an ulterior motive often lurks behind their engaging demeanor. A closer look into their behavior reveals a pattern. They frequently ask about your life while carefully hiding their own details from you. This imbalance in sharing personal information should raise a red flag when assessing potential relationships. In the process of forming new connections, the true intentions behind someone's actions often remain concealed, until it's too late and broken trust has already occurred. Conversations can be misleading when two strangers meet. Many withhold their real motives, only complicating the relationship as it progresses. This lack of transparency can gradually erode the foundation of trust that is required for any healthy relationship. Over time, this can lead to disillusionment and resentment, as the realization dawns that the person was not as forthcoming or sincere as they initially appeared. Number 4, when they have power over you, they abuse it. Much like a form of emotional blackmail, if someone overly strives to win your trust or hold something over you, they might begin to manipulate you with that information over time. Initially, their behavior may seem harmless, displaying excessive kindness that doesn't quite ring true. If your intuition sends a warning signal that something feels off about this person, it's likely correct. Keep a watchful eye on how others interact with them too, as you might discover a recurring pattern of manipulation among those who are close to them. To prevent the pain of broken trust, it's wise to distance yourself before the situation deteriorates further. This preemptive step can shield you from potential emotional turmoil and maintain your peace of mind. Observing how someone uses information or trust against others can serve as an indicator of their true character. If you care about the quality of your relationships, protecting yourself from these people is an absolute must. Number 5, they are telling themselves a lie. Unreliable people are often out of touch with reality, viewing themselves as virtuous despite having questionable traits. They have a knack for twisting any negative behavior into a narrative that suits their desired self-image, crafting perceptions that align with their wishes rather than the truth. This huge discrepancy between how they perceive themselves and their actual behavior is a clear indication of their unreliability. Detachment from reality is not only a red flag, but also a potential sign of broken trust, as these individuals are likely to misrepresent themselves and their actions. While occasional self-deception can happen to anyone, consistent occurrences are a strong signal that the person may not be trustworthy. Recognizing these patterns early can prevent future misunderstandings and safeguard your relationships from those who distort reality to fit their needs. Regular encounters with such distorted self-perceptions can undermine the foundation of any relationship, making it difficult to establish genuine connections. People's actions and words may not match up, so you must keep an open mind and question behavior that doesn't make sense. Number 6, they struggle with empathy. Individuals who lack empathy often find it easier to deceive or harm others, as they don't fully grasp or care about the emotional consequences of their actions. In contrast, a person who truly understands and empathizes with another's feelings is far less likely to cause them distress. This empathy acts as a protective barrier, preventing them from becoming manipulative or untrustworthy to achieve personal gain. It often takes just one empathetic person in a relationship to ensure that broken trust does not occur. Conversely, those who are untrustworthy tend to focus primarily on their own needs, overlooking the needs of those around them. Some might not realize their inability to connect with others emotionally, or they might selectively use empathy to their advantage, exploiting others. This duplicity can make it challenging to identify such individuals. Observing how someone treats others, especially those who have nothing to give in return, can reveal much about their true character. A lack of understanding and empathy towards the emotions of other people is a big red flag, indicating that trusting them could lead to harmful outcomes. Number 7, they break promises. Being consistently late is often a clear indicator of unreliability. A dependable person will make an effort to be on time, showing that they respect your time. However, we understand that unavoidable delays sometimes occur, necessitating the cancellation of plans. In such situations, we must communicate any delays as soon as possible. Failing to notify someone when you're running late or not showing up at all is a breach of basic courtesy and a sign of broken trust. Continuously changing or canceling plans without considering the impact on others demonstrates a lack of regard for other people's time. This behavior not only tarnishes one's reputation in professional settings by eroding trust and professionalism, but it also signals to friends and family that they cannot depend on this person due to their consistent lack of accountability. Such patterns clearly demonstrate this individual's unreliability and lack of trustworthiness. Number 8, they're unreliable. Unreliability isn't just about someone who changes their mind abruptly. Let's face it, we all have moments when making significant decisions feels overwhelming, causing us to hesitate. It's also normal to change your mind about small things from time to time. However, the difference between being indecisive and unpredictable lies in their lack of trustworthiness. Their decisions, regardless of their importance, are not always reliable. Such individuals are fundamentally inconsistent, trapped in a cycle of fluctuating commitments and unfulfilled promises, a clear sign of broken trust. Their emotional instability often leads them to depend on external influences, rather than their internal compass, which lacks robustness and stability. While having an unsteady emotional state does not inherently equate to untrustworthiness, it does indicate a lack of commitment to any decision-making process, which may hint at deeper reliability issues. Consequently, if someone continuously hesitates to commit or shows indecision, it becomes challenging to trust their reliability. This absence of commitment and dependability not only shows a total lack of responsibility, but also creates a scenario where others find it impossible to trust them in any situation. Number 9, they turn their back on you. Have you ever noticed how someone can be warm and friendly in private yet become distant in public? It's disappointing to be surrounded by friends or familiar faces, only to be met with cold indifference, making you feel unimportant and invisible. When an individual's behavior shifts so dramatically, it often signals that they are more interested in benefiting from you than genuinely connecting. Once they no longer see a benefit or have obtained what they wanted, the relationship can end suddenly, leading to broken trust. This behavior indicates a shallow and self-serving approach to relationships, where individuals prioritize their own image and agenda over forming real connections. It's disheartening to discover that someone you thought of as a friend or confidant is only interested in your company when it serves their purpose. Recognizing these patterns early on allows you to establish boundaries, and shield yourself from further manipulation or disappointment. Ultimately, it's beneficial to build relationships founded on mutual respect, honesty, and authenticity, rather than on superficial interactions or concealed motives. Number 10, they are deceitful. We've all met someone like this at some point. Despite appearing polite in your presence, they quickly spread gossip about you and others when you turned your back. One minute, they are friendly and engaging, and the next, they shift the conversation to malicious rumors. Once you identify these tendencies, it's prudent to swiftly remove yourself from these relationships to prevent further complications. No one deserves such disregard, and persisting in such interactions only fosters broken trust. Dealing with two-faced individuals can be tough, especially when they excel at keeping up their facade. Their ability to switch between different personas can make you doubt your own perceptions and trust others. Trusting your instincts and closely observing their behavior over time can help reveal their true nature. Furthermore, confronting someone about their duplicitous behavior often doesn't lead to a straightforward resolution. They might deny any misconduct or try to twist the situation to their benefit. In these cases, it's better to invest in relationships with honest and supportive individuals who value and uplift you. Do not sacrifice your peace of mind for toxic relationships. Following your gut is always the right decision. Intuition exists to protect us, so if you feel something off about someone or don't trust them, that's likely true.